What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of my Next Gen Career Mode. This is episode number 18, and we start today's episode off with some good news. William Carvalho has came to us and says he's ready to play. He's back from his injury now, and he's ready to get himself back in the team. And also we had an international manager offer from Bulgaria, which of course we said no to. But we take on Braunschweig for today's first game here. And this side are currently rock bottom. They've already been relegated. They're still in the single points figure at the moment, and have had a miserable season. So we take them on here at the Olympia Stadion, and you definitely feel confident coming into this game. But after 2 games without a win and tailing away a little bit come the end of the season, as we seem to have lost our hold on the top 4 position, we've now slipped to 5th, and we're 5 points adrift of Schalke. We do have a game in hand, but even so, we need to win all our remaining games, starting with this one. But with William Carvalho back in the side, I was very happy because, of course, those 2 games he was out for, which we lost and drew, it showed. You know, it really showed. So I was glad he was back in the side. But the first chance of this game would fall in the 5th minute here, as they give the ball away. It hits Lasogga on the back. Herman gets past his man as Sigurdsson strikes it, but it cannons off the bar. Then Ramos' header is tipped away and clawed off the line by the goalkeeper, and it's still 0-0. So a very encouraging early start, but still no goals. In the 12th minute though, Lasogga gets past his man with a lovely little touch, gives it to Sigurdsson. He strikes on his left foot, but the goalkeeper makes a great save, tips it away. We keep it alive. Serge Gnabry crosses the ball in, but it's headed away, and Schultz gives it to Sigurdsson. Sigurdsson tries to offload it, it's cleared away. Hostergaard gets onto it and strikes it from range, but it goes just wide of the post, and it's still 0-0. But all the early chances were coming to us, as you would expect. But in the 41st minute here, you see Brooks can't get the ball away. Eventually it's played forward here, and a great chance for the away side to take a shock lead, but Kraft makes a good stop and keeps the score at 0-0. So all the chances really for us other than that one, but no goals in the first half. Things were getting a little bit tense, a little bit nervy here, but in the 48th minute you see William Carvalho gives the ball to Lasogga. He finds Sigurdsson, he bursts past his man into the area, smashes the ball towards the far post. It clips the far post but goes in, and it's Herder 1, Braunschweig 0. So finally we take the lead, and it is the Icelandic playmaker who gets the goal, and we're 1-0 up. And in the 57th minute, Lasogga gets on the ball, gives it to Sigurdsson. Sigurdsson offloads it towards Gnabry down the left hand side. Great chance to make it 2-0 as he stops the ball with a step over, wins a corner here as the tackle was made. It goes out for a corner. Sigurdsson crosses the ball in towards Brooks, and Brooks heads the ball fantastically well past the goalkeeper and the man on the line, and makes it 2-0 to Hertha Berlin. And that was how the game would finish. So a very nervy affair. It was one of those games you see in real life quite often where you fully expect the home side to dominate and score 4, 5, maybe even 6 goals, but they're sort of a bit nervy. Their passes go astray. They can't seem to find a breakthrough, and the fans start getting a bit riled up, and eventually the breakthrough comes in the second half. But we won the game by 2-0, and I was very happy with that because, as I said, it was a must-win game. With 5 points behind Schalke, and with games running out now, just a couple games to go after this, we needed to win this game. It was a massive game, and thankfully we did manage to hold our nerve and get the 3 points and close the gap to just 2 points. So yeah, I mean, like we still believe, you know, like even though we lost and drew the 2 games prior to that, we kind of had a little bit of a mini slip up, and Schalke of course took full advantage. The gap's now been close to 2 points. There's 2 games to go in the season. We still believe that it's not over yet. You know, there's still chances, and we just have to hope for one more slip up by Schalke in front of us, and touch wood they would do it. But we're certainly not going to sort of rule ourselves out now. You know, yes, I messed up a little bit, but even so, we still believe it's possible. It is possible, and even Leverkusen are out of reach, 3 points ahead of us. But of course, their goal difference is way better than ours. But we still believe. But as you can see, we have actually mathematically qualified for the Europa League now. So no matter what happens, we will have European football next year. If it's not the Champions League, we've got the Europa League already sewn up, prior to qualification, of course. So that's done now, and I'm very happy with that. But I still do want the Champions League, obviously, and I still believe it's possible. But I'm just glad, I'm just glad there's at least some European football to look forward to next year, if it's not the grand prize. But we take on Werder Bremen here for the penultimate game of the season away from home. And of course you would have seen as well the 2 games in the Bundesliga. I had the goal updates for them for Schalke and Bayer Leverkusen's game, but unfortunately goal updates on this game are just so bad, like genuinely so bad. You rarely ever get goal updates, and when you do, you only get like one. There could be like 7 goals in the game and you only get 1 goal update. It's so annoying, but even so, the first chance of the game for us would fall in the 9th minute here as Hosogai finds Alagui in a game we needed to win. We started quite nicely because as Lasoga gets onto the ball here and plays it over the top towards the run of Alagui. He gets past his man, tries to catch the goalkeeper out of the near post, but unfortunately makes a good save and it's still 0-0. So Alagui getting a rare start here in the replacement of Herman, who's been absolutely terrible since we signed him. What a bad deal that was, but Herman's been terrible, so I decided to start Alagui as an encouraging start there for him. And from the kick out, Sigurdsson does find Alagui. It's another great chance here. Nice little touch, finds Sigurdsson, who shoots and finds the bottom corner. So 13 minutes in, and Alagui had done more in 13 minutes than Herman's done pretty much since we signed him in January. So 1-0 to us here, 13 minutes in, and in a must-win game we did have the early lead. So as things stood, we were going to go ahead of Schalke into that final 4th place spot. Being in the 17th minute, another good chance for us here. William Carvalho robs his man, finds Lasoga, but the goalkeeper makes a great save, and then Ramos, I have no idea what happened here. I tried to just poke it into the empty net, and for some reason the ball just seems to get stuck. It just seems to roll, you know, and unfortunately the goalkeeper had quite a simple save. So still 1-0, but I have no idea how Ramos didn't finish up. Still 1-0. In the 28th minute, you see Sigurdsson get on the end of this cross, roll it through towards Herman, and Herman's shot was well saved by the goalkeeper, and it's still 1-0. So it's actually Herman starting, not Serge Gnabry, but still 1-0 here. Sigurdsson's early goal separated the sides at half-time, so we were doing our bit, we were keeping the pressure on, and as you can see, Freiburg were actually drawing with Schalke. So as things stood, due to goal difference, we will be going back to the top, back into 4th place. Leverkusen were beating Frankfurt, so I just didn't care anymore about that game. But even so, Schalke were being held to a draw. So as things stood, we were going back to 4th place on goal difference here. However, the second half could not have got off to the ideal start, unfortunately, because in the 51st minute, you see the ball played forward towards Franco Di Santo, and the former Chelsea man, Chelsea and Wigan man, makes it 1 apiece here. So Di Santo gets the goal. It's the Argentine who finishes it off quite nicely. My defending was poor, and unfortunately, the home side are back on level terms. But in the 67th minute, a good chance for us to retake the lead. Ramos gets on the ball, and to be honest, I don't really care whether it's football that you guys aren't particularly happy with watching. You know, you'd rather see more passing goals and skill move goals, but to be honest, we need the goal, and all I knew was that Lasoga's a beast in the air. Ramos has the pace and the agility, so I decided to go down the right hand side, swinging across. Lasoga's free header goes past the goalkeeper, and it's 2-1 here. So I know it may not be the prettiest of football, but even so, we needed a goal and we got it there. So it's 2-1 here. We're back in front. We needed to be back in front, and we were. But we brought off Sigurdsson, Ramos, and I'm not sure who the other player was that came off here. Maybe Herman. Yes, Herman for Yashil, Baum, Johan, and Vandenberg, our left back. So we bring on a triple substitution here as the game was being closed out. And in the 73rd minute, Werder Bremen's goal scorer Di Santo gives the ball in field. Pettersson finds Di Santo, goes to shoot, but Kraft, how about this? Very, very lucky from our goalkeeper there. Almost completely threw it away in the 73rd minute. He goes to pick the ball up, and he somehow has butterfingers, hot potato. Just seems to throw it up in the air, and thankfully for us, he punches the ball away. What a furious manager I would have been had Kraft crossed us the game. It was still 2-1, but in the 84th minute, my heart was racing as the ball was played forward, but Pettersson's strike goes wide of the post, and it's still 2-1. So my heart was racing there as he missed a chance, and it's still 2-1. And from the goal kick, it's cleared forward. Baum Johan gets on the ball, gets past his man here, keeps hold of it. He goes down the right hand side. Really good chance here. He's got the pace to beat his man. Stops the ball here with the step over, gets onto his left foot, and it is an absolutely fantastic strike by Baum Johan to make it 3-1 with just a few minutes to go. He comes off the bench and scores the goal that will surely win us the game. Keep the pressure on Schalke. I wasn't sure what was going on because we still weren't getting the goal updates. Wasn't sure what was going on in their game, but all I knew was we were doing our end of the bargain, if you know what I mean. We were still keeping the pressure on. We were going to win the game, and what a finish by Baum Johan. I really like that goal. I'm not sure why it was exactly, but the finish looks so good. It seemed to just drift into the far corner and make it 3-1 here. So that was how the game would finish. Werder Bremen 1, Hertha Berlin 3. So glad to get the 3 points there. Of course, it it was a must-win game. We did get the win, and we kept the pressure on. As you can see, the team was celebrating it, but I didn't know what happened in the game between Frankfurt and Schalke. I had no idea what happened. Sorry, not Frankfurt, Freiburg and Schalke. I had no idea what happened, but as you can see, the goals from after the game, the goals around the ground, Freiburg actually beat Schalke. They didn't just draw, they didn't slip up with a draw, they actually got beat. So Freiburg beat Schalke, which means for the final league table, as you can see, with a game to go, we are currently sitting ahead of Schalke by 1 point, which means in our final game of the season, which you'll see in the next episode, a win will guarantee Champions League football. So as always guys, big thank you for watching the video, leave a like if you enjoyed, and I'll see you for the next episode very soon.